And I know there's a lot of motivational people on this platform telling you to be disciplined, create goals, accomplish those goals, and be the best version of yourself. Telling you that you're unfocused and you need to focus on being more focused.
Get up off your big, lazy mother and be amazing.
And I agree with all of that. But every time I try to be productive, out of nowhere, I always get a notification on my phone. My favorite streamer just went live. I might have a small fear of missing out, so I will sit and watch a nice amount of that stream. I don't have enough money to sub, so when the ads pop up, I just go down to the comment section hoping that they will let me know if I'm missing anything important. I am not proud of this. That's why I think motivational content is needed. I try to be motivational too. The only difference is, I'm realistic.
It ain't many of us. I told him less is more, plenty of us.
With the rise of technology and new convenient apps popping up every day, most of us are turning into zombies, becoming slaves to entertainment. New shows popping up out of nowhere. And each of those shows have 3 to 20 seasons, a million music artists dropping billions of songs a year. The Drake and Kendrick beef.
I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like fuck.
You have to be able to be a strong-minded person to avoid all of these distractions and be productive. And I don't know about you, but as time goes on, I always seem to look at the past. Were people more productive back then? Of course they was more productive back then. They didn't have a choice. I was born in the 90s. I'm here to tell you, yeah, we didn't stay in the house. We used to be outside all day, making up games, playing tag, freeze tag, racing, whatever you could think of, because there wasn't else to do. Staying in the house was a good punishment because even if you were lucky enough to have a TV in your room, if you had a VCR, for the people that don't know, a VCR was a device that we used to watch movies. You were most likely watching the same movies over and over again. Yes, we used to have movie collections back then. I know it's hard to believe, but streaming did not exist. And if you watch regular TV, shows had a certain time slot. Once your show goes off, that was it. Now you're back to being bored. Hopefully it was 2 good shows that came on back to back, or you would have to wait until the next day to watch your favorite show again. In them days when I would come home from school because I was exhausted, get to my room, throw everything on the floor, hop on the bed, and accidentally take an afternoon, evening nap, then I'd wake up, only to realize that I missed an episode of my favorite show. The older generation is always quick to talk about how it was in the past, how it was better. It wasn't better, it wasn't worse. They had their own set of problems. In the late 1960s, they had to deal with the Zodiac killer.
San Francisco police say the Zodiac case is still open, but it's not actively under investigation. In fact, many of the files in the case have been stored in Sacramento, and the original detectives in the case have retired.
A random man going around terrorizing innocent people, then taunting the police with cryptic messages, sending them puzzles that allegedly gave them the clues to the crime. Let's think about this for a second. This man used to go around terrorizing people, unaliving people. Then he would go back home, come up with little puzzles, and then taunt the police. Is that the definition of an evil genius? I don't want to give him that much credit. Never mind. I just think sometimes people want to leave an imprint on the world, so they'll do anything even if it affects other people, which is sad. If I lived anywhere near the killings, I wouldn't have left the house. And I would have stayed single because he targeted couples. Let's continue. And then in 1977, there was the death of Elvis Presley. That had to be hard to deal with. And who can forget the crack epidemic in the 80s? I don't believe there was any certain point in history where there was absolutely nothing going on. You gotta think, the technology wasn't that great, and the higher-ups had full control over what you see and hear. And the best way to control people is with fear and diversions. Every time things settle down and seem peaceful, bam, here comes the random serial killer on the loose. He gets caught or unalived, then bam, the measles outbreak.
In 1978, there were more than 26,000 cases of measles. That year, the federal government began a drive to...
They mysteriously get that under control, and then bam, a war. And one day, a random genius thought, let's give the public a platform where they can upload videos and say what's on their mind. And in 2005, YouTube was created. Just like anything else, it started off slow. A hobby for most, people creating funny videos with their friends, gameplay footage. Most of the content was harmless, just an outlet. And let's be honest, a lot of people are lazy. And a lot of people just ain't into videography. Yeah, they want the attention, but they're not willing to put in that hard work. They're not really trying to focus on being a better storyteller or coming up with a concept or the perfect title or spending hours to work on a thumbnail. That's too much work. That's too much effort. YouTube is not for the weak. So naturally, YouTube had its own separate community. But then TikTok was created. Yeah, an app made for short content was made before, but TikTok took the concept and made it better. Literally simple to use, made it for all ages. People are on there cooking food, dancing, ranting, selling things, solving crimes. Making short content is easy to do. I can literally make a video right now. Watch this. A lot of people that are going through a stressful time right now, very sad, very hard to deal with, I think it's natural for them to feel like they're alone, like they're the only one going through it. I'm here to tell you that you're not. Some people are just better at hiding it.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
And it's one thing to be on there creating, but consuming the content is a whole nother story. Once that algorithm get a hold of you, finds out the videos you like and dislike, it's over with. Who keep texting me? Oh, okay, they sent me a TikTok. Okay, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm about to just send back a smiley face. The usual. Okay, sorry about that. Hit the like button. The short content will get you hooked. Waste the entire day away. Not doing no homework, not cleaning the house, not walking the dog, forgetting to pick up your kids from school.
I keep having this nagging feeling that I've forgotten something.
Hey, if you forgot it, it probably wasn't all that important.
Yeah, I guess.
But I don't think it's a bad thing. I truly think distractions are needed. It has to be a good balance, of course. If you're only searching for entertainment and pleasure, you'll be a bum. But if you're too productive and disciplined, you'll be a David Goggins.
There's no hacks, bro. It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem.
I don't think I've ever seen that man smile. Life is complicated, man. Nothing is guaranteed. If you're a good person, people will use you. If you're a bad person, people will hate you. It's impossible to be perfect. You'll have an endless battle between confidence and insecurities. You see how negative that sounds? Who wants to deal with that and think about that all day? I don't. But after saying all that, with this small video, it's kind of a rant. Content don't even distract me. I'm distracted by a whole nother thing. Some men are into cars. They know every make and model. They know body kits. They know how to do oil changes, change the brakes, take an engine out. And then some men are into guns. They know how to take a gun apart, clean it. They have a huge gun collection. They go to the gun range on the regular. And then there's me. You know what's a huge distraction for me? Something that makes me stop being so productive? Women.